So good morning, all of you. So yesterday I could not take the session because of a health reason. So maybe I'll start today with a new module. So the few questions have been prepared for you uh, regarding the linked list and also the stack. So I'll just circulate it. So very simple questions, either a program and the theory questions. One more thing, when you see go through the few of the questions that has been given in the uh, queues or stacks as such, so what you could see is there is a something discrepancies regarding the questions. Those concepts which are not there in the uh, book that has been given in the question, so we need to eliminate few of the uh, questions regarding this linked list or the stacks. This we have to eliminate it. Let us see what else could be done. Okay, so for example, these are the questions I extracted from the book. Write an algorithm for inserting an element. These are the theory questions that you can go through easily. Okay, regarding a stack also, there are few of the logical questions. So what I'll do is I'll prepare it and I'll send it. So what all the questions you need to focus. Okay, so let me go to the new concept. Let me go to the new concept today, that is module 3, that is queues. So as I said, the planning could be, we could stress more on stacks in this module 3, and we could stress more on the concepts of queues, right? So queues, so the now the my flow of the coverage of the syllabus, now I'll go here. I left with the double linked list and the circular linked list. Circular linked list theoretically I covered, programming wise not yet covered. So double linked list was not yet covered. So what I'll do is, now stacks have started. There are majorly two concepts on stacks, that is stacks using arrays and stacks using linked list. So I have tried to convince you in one of the previous two sessions to make sure that you should be capable of writing a program for insert, delete and display. Today I'll start with the concept of queues, right? Again, stacks and queues are a bit related with respect to the data structure. Only thing is that we have different concepts in storing the value and retrieving the value and deleting or insertion of the values. If I've understood stacks, that is stack uses stack pointer. So stack uses the majorly, if I say it is one of the data structure that uses, what sort of data structure it is? It is a linear non-primitive data structure. So it uses the concept of last in first out, right? LIFO. So last in first out. Similarly, so that is about the stack. When I say queue is also one of the concept that uses the concept. It is a non-primitive non-linear linear data structure. So that is arrangement of the orders in one of the order. It first follows the FIFO process, that is first in first out. It process first in first. This is a basic concept that you need to understand. So let me go review you through one of the simple concepts of data structure, one of the animation thing, so where you will try to understand what exactly the concept of stack is. Okay, so now we are into the concept of stack. Okay, so you could see, sorry, queue is a linear type data structure where the arrangements of the things are into the same, and it follows the concept of FIFO, first in first out. Remember, it concept the follows the follow of first in first out. So what is meaning of first in first out? So the numbers that are coming first, that are going to be eliminated next. It is not like a stack. In the case of stack is a closed drum. Stack, it was an empty drum. So you have -1, you go on storing into this compartment 1 2 3 4. So stack pointer moves on as the you go on inserting the values, that is -1 becomes 0 1 2 3. So last element will be eliminated first, last in first out. That is, it is closed. See, it is closed. Whereas in the case of Q, it is not. It follows the concept of first in first out. Remember, what is the meaning of first in first out? Let us see. So let us see how does the queue works. You can see, all of you try to understand how does the concept of queue it works. The first position in the queue is called the front. Okay, so first position in the queue is called as a front. It is same as if like a queue that you stand for a ticket as such. So if you again, if you don't want to one more thing, if you want to see theoretically what is a queue consist of. Okay, what is a queue consist of? So we have a concept of assembly line. So if you consider your mechanical uh, department, right, you have an assembly line. So assembly line, what it does, so when the product that is being moved through the assembly line, it follows the concept of a queue. There is no mix up, right? This, if this is the first element that is going to be moved through the assembly line, so once it passes through this line, then only the next has to get the chance. Similarly, that is, this person is doing operating on filling of this bottle, right? Maybe in one of the assembly line, he cannot skip any one of the bottle. He has to follow first in, first out. That is, first bottle filled, it has to be out. Next bottle to be filled, it has to be out. Same as if like, so new object cannot be added at the middle of an assembly line. So new object cannot be added or filled up. So no operations could be done in between. So it has to follow one of the order of a queue, right? Similarly, you could see queue of a people waiting for a ticket as such. So the queue has certain strategies or the characteristics. That is, the person who is standing at the front, who is going to be get service first. Okay, so similarly, he is the second person to get the service, third, fourth, and there is a limit of the queue: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If this is a band of the queue, there is a limit of the queue: 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So the another new person will get a chance only when this person gets out of the queue. So this is a concept that you need to understand. So in the same way, in the linear data structure, that is, a queue follows first in, first out order. It has got a concept of front and a rear. Okay, front and a rear, we'll see. Okay, so today I'm going to go with the theoretical part. So once again, just to concentrate, all of you, what I'm going to teach you. So here what you do is, the last position is called as a rear. So front and rear. Okay, what is the meaning of front? So once again, so front and rear position. So now let us see, let us take an example of move a ticket. So those who have joined right now, once again, I just wanted to tell you, queue follows the concept of first in, first out. It is a linear type data structure. Linear type is the arrangement of the numbers is in linear. It is not mixed up. It follows the concept of first in, first out methodology. Those who have person has entered, he will go first. It is not in the concept of stack. In stack, what happens? The first in, so last in, first out. The last person will go out first, and the first person will go last first. Got it? Is it or not? In the stack, so first person, who is the first person? He is the first person who is inserted, right? Top equals to 0. Similarly, second person, right? Similarly, third person. Similarly, fourth person. Stack follows the concept of last in, first out. Last person, he will go out first. So second, in the same way, first person will go last. But in this case, it is not that. In this case, what happens? In the case of queues, the person who has entered first, he will go outside first. Okay, so let us see. Once again, I'm just repeating those who have joined right now. So let us see the functionality. How does the queue works, right? The queue has a position called front and rear. Okay, the first position in the queue is called as a front, and the last position, that is, there is a maximum limit of a queue. Okay, so last position of a queue is called as a rear. That is, we have a limit. We have defined four members or five members in a queue, maximum capacity of a queue. So let us take an example of a same, what is being given in the book is a ticket counter, right? Waiting for a ticket counter, as I shown right now. So if this is a ticket counter, what happens is, okay, so the capacity of a queue is 5. Remember, the capacity of a queue is 5. We have a capacity of a queue, it is 5. So what happens? So when you start first, the queue is empty. The queue is empty. So we have capacity of a queue 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This capacity is 5, right? Now what you could see is, so at the beginning both front and rear are undefined. That is, no one is there in the queue, no? So front and rear is undefined. So I would say front and rear equals to -1. Front and equals to rear equals to -1, because the queue is empty. So this position I would say, the -1. So here -1, that is queue is empty, nothing is there. -1, clear? So the position of the queue is -1. So -1 is here. No one is there in the queue. Front and rear equals to -1. The maximum capacity of the queue is 5. Maximum capacity of the queue is 5. Okay. Now let us see what happens in this animation. The 0 enters into the queue. The first person enters into the queue. What happens? Both the front and rear pointer, since they are indicated at -1, now they will point at the position called 0. This is too important for writing your program to insert an element into a queue. Remember, you are going to write the same logic at the beginning when you are inserting the first element. You verify whether front and rear equals to -1, right? If equals to -1, we see that queue is totally empty. And when you initially insert the first element, both front and rear will point to the point, this pointer. So you'll see this, right? So next what happens? Another person's front and rear into the same first position. When first person enters, it will be filled with the front and rear. Next what happens is, the next person comes from the queue, right? So first person, when the next person, he has to follow the rules of the queue, right? So insertion can take only at the rear. So this is the logic that only has to enter from the back side. So rear goes on increment. So front will be at the fixed position, rear will be at one position. All are waiting for the ticket counter to open. Okay, it has not yet opened. Again, imagine again the third person, when it enters the counter, right? So again, the rear will increment. As I said, the entry will be from the back side. It is same as if a queue. Similarly, rear will go on fourth, rear will go on. So we have filled with the 5 persons. Is it or not? We have filled with the 5 persons. Where is the front now? It is being 0. So initially it was at -1. When this person entered, front and rear became -1. So analyze this diagram. When this first person came, if you could see the video, what happens? Both front and rear was equals to 0, One first person entered. When the second person entered, rear go on incrementing. Okay. Next, when the sixth person, so I said the maximum size of the queue is 5. When he has entered, the queue has to be moved, no? So it has not yet moved. What happens? He cannot enter the queue because the maximum capacity of the queue is 4 and the rear has reached 4. When rear equals to 4, we say that whether the maximum size of rear equals to max -1, same as if it's a stack. In that case, what do you say? What do you feel is, so the stack is full, the queue is full, else he cannot get the position, hence he has to be eliminated. That is, queue is empty. Hence, the person at the front and the have to now once again what will show is, after buying the tickets, the person at the front has to get out of the queue. No, the queue is filled. Okay, queue is filled, he has to get out. So now imagine he'll get the service. This is all regarding the same as if like push operation in stack, no? So push operation, here also we have a push operation, that is insert. You are going to insert into the queue. This is a push operation, right? Then what is pop operation? Pop operation is eliminating the elements. The now queue is filled. Now first in first out. In that way we have to get out of this queue. That is first in first out. The first person who has entered, he has to get in out of the queue. Okay, he has to get in out of the queue. How do you will get out? So this is the person, he will get out. So once he gets out, what happens? The person in the front position will be moved, right? See here what had happened. Again, front is moving. For popping position, the front has to be moved. Okay, he has got the service. This person got the service. Again, the front is moved to 3. He has got the service. Third, he has got the service. Once you got the service, fourth person, he too got the service. Now what happens? Both front and rear are became to 4. See, both front and rear became 4. So the queue is empty. When you get the service, now they are at the same position. When the last person buys the ticket and leaves the queue, so what happens? You could see, when the last once again buys the ticket and leaves the queue, what happens? See, the front and rear will be reset to -1. That is, queue is empty. It is reset to -1. So this is all about the concept how a queue works, right? So similarly, there are many logical video. This is just for the sake of understanding. I showed it to you. So if you still have good concepts, now let me go to these concepts. First, let me go with the theory, what you have studied, right? Hopefully you have understood the concept of a queue. So queue also has got a push operation, pop operation. So maximum size of a queue, and it follows the linear data structure, primitive linear data structure. So we have an example of assembly line, queue of people. Same thing is being given in the book, right? I'm going to forward this document. Even in the printer, if you think of a printer, see, print queue, CADB. So CADB falls in the fall of queue. So first person is a queue to the printer to print the document is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you cannot jump, right? C has to be printed first, then A has to be printed first, D has to be printed third, and B has to be printed fourth. So this follows the first in, first out concept. First in, first out concept. Whereas when you talk about a stack follows the last in, first out concept, right? So this is all about the theoretical part, and also the logical representation of a queue. When the queue has been filled, all of you could see the front is indicating at here when it's not got any service, and rear is at the last. The front, rear, you could see logical representation of a queue. So then coming to the concept of queue operations, what I shown just now, when you go on inserting the elements, rear goes on incrementing. So rear was here, no? You have inserted 5 to this queue. So one more person has entered, thinking that the capacity of the queue is more. So rear will increment, right? This is an insertion method. Now, if you are deleting to this queue some element called, always deletion should be done in first in, first out. So imagine deleting an element from the queue. There is no specific delete. You cannot delete the queue in between. Remember, you cannot delete the queue in between. And insertion should be followed in the first come first order. Similarly, the deletion will be when you simply call delete, the first element, that is the first person in the queue, is going to be deleted. So -2 is here. Deleting element, what happens? The front will move to 22. The front will move to the 22. This is how do we delete. That is giving the service. The first person has one got service, so the queue will become small and front position will move over here. Rear will be fixed here itself. Rear will be fixed to the maximum. It is only for insertion. Okay, hopefully able to understand the concept. What is the front and what is rear, and what is the concept of a queue. Okay, so we have push operation, that is insert. We have a delete operation. So here he has given one of the beautiful structure to understand the concept of a queue. That is, initially queue is empty, so front and rear are positioning at the same position called -1. This is an empty queue. Then you have to insert A. when you insert a, what happens automatically, front and rear indicates at the value called 0. This is a concept what I explained. So both are pointing at the same position. Again, when you insert B, what happens? Insert B, front will be fixed up, rear will move. It is same as if like a queue. Then again, when you insert C, what happens? Again, rear will move. And we have a maximum capacity of the stack. What is the maximum capacity of a stack? Let us see that. Okay, so now insert is over. When you go for delete, automatically there is no concept for what has to be deleted, same as if like stack. So when you call delete, first element, whereas in the case of stack, last in first out. So in the case of delete, what happens? The first element which has been inserted will be automatically deleted, and what happens is the front pointer will move to the B. It has gone serviced, it got serviced. Again, in between, see, after deleting, again I inserted Z. So when you inserted Z, Z will be increment, be added at the last to serve the queue, and rear will be moved, front will be fixed up. So this is one of the beautiful scenario he has given it pictorially. If you understand this picture, following a program would be quite easy. So what I felt, right, comparing the same situation, he has written the code. Okay, again when you call second delete, see, second delete is here. When you call second delete, which has to be deleted? B has to be deleted. B will be deleted, B will be deleted, and you have the pointer of front will be focused over here. Again you call delete, front and rear will focus on the same. So this situation I shown you, right? When complete Z, imagine if this is also deleted, means what happens? If this is deleted also means Z is also deleted, means what happens? Front and rear will focus on -1 automatically. It will return -1 value. Okay, so this is all the theoretical concept. So I'll forward this document all of you. Before we go to the array implementation of a queue, very simple, we have algorithm. Try to understand what is the queue, what is the front and rear, what is first in first out, right? Have a comparison. So we have algorithm, right? So initialize front and rear equal to 0 initially, right? If the front is null, we say that. If the nothing is there, queue is, no one is there in the queue, so we initialize front and rear equals to 0, same as if like. Okay, so if you follow this diagram, you find it easy. You find it easy if you follow this diagram. So I'll show you one more animation for a queue so that you find it easy. So here is an algorithm for array implementation for insertion and deletion. Insertion, see, just think of a queue. If front equals to null, that is the value of front is null. So go to step 3. Okay, what is step 3? Initialize front and rear equals to 0. Or else we say that rear equals to max -1. If in the case rear is already filled, go to step 7. Okay, saying that queue is full. Or else you have to go to step 8. What is step 8? Simply incrementing the rear and adding the element. In this case, what happened? First element you are going to implement, no, front equals to rear equal to 0 means what? Element equals to q of front. You are going to, for the first time, you are going to insert the element for the first time. How do you insert? For the first time, front equals to rear equal to 0, you focus element into to q of front. See what happens for the first time. For the first time, when the queue is empty, okay, front equals to rear equals to 0. Front equals to rear equals to 0. At that time, what you are going to do? Imagine -1 or so it is -1. So first, for the first time, front equals to 0. Front equal to 0. When it equals to 0, sorry, just I had a mistake here. I'll erase this. See here we have it is -1. So when if the front value equals to 0, so for the first time, what do we do? So front equals to rear equal to 0, saying that element A has to be stored at the queue of front. Queue of front A has been stored for the first time. After that, rear goes on changing. So this is the concept that you need to understand. Okay, once again, so let me go with one of the theoretical here concept of the queue. See what is being happening over here. Okay, so here is the queue implementation. So we have a good animation over here. If you have understood the concept of front and rear, you find it easy. Okay, initially see what happens here. Front and rear equals to -1. Addition of 23 to queue to front and rear would point to 23. So that is both at the first element when it is inserted, both front and rear equals to the same pointer pointing it. See, now it is pointing to the same value. That is what I said in the writing the program also. If front equals to 0, front equal to 0 means we do assign rear is also equal to 0 and will store the element 23 into queue of front, queue of front. Next, what do you do? So next, what you do is, let me erase this. So addition of 9 to the queue would happens rear to increment. See, let us see. Addition of 9 that is to the queue in the order first in first out. It will move 9 to make as a rear. Again, addition of 11 to queue, rear would point to 11. See, rear is moving. So we are simply inserting. We are simply inserting. Again, 25 will rear to the move. So we have maximum capacity of a queue, as you could see on the diagram. Addition of 16, addition of 17, rear is go on moving. Okay, 22, again rear is moving. Finally, you could see what happens. 19, 30, it is moved, right? Now, if you insert anything, you say that queue is full. You cannot insert anything. So it reached the maximum capacity. Now you have to say that if rear equals to max size -1, because we do start with the pointer 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the capacity of the queue is 10. Capacity of queue size is 10. Queue size is 10. So if rear equals to queue size -1, that is 10, it has reached 9th or 10th position, right? So as I said, once again, it starts from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, so till 10. Sorry, 9. So the size of the queue is 10. If rear equals to max size -1, what is max size? 10. 10 minus 1, which is equals to 9. We say that the queue is full. The queue is full. Hence, you cannot insert the element. See now here, addition of 32 to queue is full. How is it said? It's because r equals to 10 minus 1. Now we are calling deletion. Okay, deletion, simply calling deletion means automatically the first person has to be served first, right? So from the queue, what happens? Front will move further. Front will be emptied. See, it got the service. Again, similarly 11, front will move, -6 will move, 25 will move. Similarly, it goes on continuing. The front, this is by using a simple example I have taken. Previously, it was a real-time scenario. This was a programming wise. The same thing we are going to write in a program. Now you could see deletion of 22 from the queue. Now see, now deletion of 30. Okay, deletion of 30 from queue. What happens? The queue will be completely, the front and rear to the -1. Okay, so then we have a code for it. So as of now, a code will not go, right? Will not go with the code. So we have some other concepts, right? Hope able to understood the concept. So before we go to the program, so I stress you to go through this document, and also the video I'll forward it, the animation video what I shown you here. See, front and rear equals to, it is empty. When it is empty and you are inserting for the first time, you validate whether front equals to, see, let me show a direct code of it. So what you'll understand, let me see. So you have an algorithm. Algorithm is also easy. So for the case one, he has answered insert num1. You are going to insert the element to the queue. Okay. See here, what is the code? Insert element if front equals to -1. That is the value of front equals to -1. You validate that is nothing is there in the queue, because if front equals to -1 means nothing is there in the queue. You assign front equals to rear equals to front -1, because it is you are going to insert for the first time. You're going to insert for the first time if front equals to -1. So what do? You make front equals to rear equals to front +1, that is 0. At 0, you will insert the first element to the queue of front and you return. Okay, so let me not go with the code again. This is for the case when the queue is full, and when you will insert, you go on inserting for the second attempt rear equals to rear +1. If you're starting the queue in between, you're simply going to increment the rear and you're going to simply store the element to the queue of rear. This is what I need to explain. Okay, so let me not confuse you with respect to the code today. So let me go to the just insertion algorithm. Hope you have understood this logical representation, right? Now the algorithm, you see, you have an algorithm for insertion. So we have a queue size maximum, we have an element to be inserted, we have a front and rear. You start, you stop. If front equals to null, that is what I said. That is if the front is empty. So we say that queue is nothing is there in the queue, so it is ready for insertion. Okay, so go to step 3. What is step 3? That is for the first time front will be initialized and real will be initialized to 0, and you store the element for the first time. Else if you are inserting in between, okay, you'll go to the step 6. In step 6, you see whether the queue is full or it is in between. If the queue is full, that is if rear equals to max -1, go to step 7. That is it is full, queue is full, hence it cannot be inserted. Or else go to step 8. What is step 8? In between, you are inserting rear equals to rear +1, store the elements into queue of rear. Okay, so hopefully I'll explain this once again in the Tuesday's class, because as of now theoretically told you what is first in first out. All right, similarly in the case of stack it is last in first out. And what I'll do is I'll again repeat the concepts of queues and stacks parallelly. So what is push pop in stack and what is insert delete in the stack, in both with respect to the array concept, both respect to the linked list concept. So why? Because the syllabus what he has given is not exactly with respect to the very specific terminology, that is array linked. But when I see the questions, he has given few questions that are not related to it. So then we have to think, right? Hopefully he is not supposed to ask the questions rather than arrays or linked list, right? So in both in the queues and both in the case of stack, both in the case of queues and both in the case of stack, here he's not supposed to ask these questions. So irrespective of these concepts, let us see what we could do. Yesterday I have prepared the questions. Okay, one question is there. Thank you, Prasad, I'll answer this question. When front position exists, second position moves to first. Okay, I did not get it. That is front position exists, second position moves to first. Okay, if the first position is already there, your concept is if already the first position is there. Let us see your question. If it is, if you don't mind, if I have understood your question like this, if already it is there, see, this is your situation, front already is there, what happens? You increment the rear, that's it. If front is already there, what you did, insert B, no, you incremented rear, you didn't incremented front. Is it or not? What is your question? Is it not the question? The situation is front is already there, so you have one element in the queue. So what you do, that time automatically rear is focusing on the same. If there is only one element in the queue, both front and rear is focused, because we have assigned like that only in writing a program. If the situation starts from here, you have inserted B from here, what happens? Automatically we'll fix up front and will increment the rear. Hopefully answered the question. Exit, not exit. Yeah, see, front and rear are just they're the pointer variables. That's it. Just for the sake of insertion and deletion, we are keeping it. For the sake of insertion and deletion, we have kept it. And these are just the pointer variable that are being considered as the variables to store the value. So when the queue is empty, we see that it is -1. So in as per the concepts, we do focus that -1 is same as if like stack pointer. Both are different variables. In the case of stack, top equals to -1. In this case, in the case of queue, we could focus that it is -1. Right? It is -1. The queue is empty. That is, -1 is a negligible value that is being treated as a queue is empty. That's it. Okay. Okay, Prasad, let me see whether I have answered your question. Let me chat. Uh, those who have not given the attendance can give the attendance, as we have shortage of time. And Prasad, have you understood the concept? You need not to hesitate. If you have any questions, please, you are open to ask regarding these concepts of queues, because it is mandatory for you to understand the concept, or else you may not be able to write a algorithm or a program on it. So that's why I'll forward this, and I'll forward the video what I shown. So that try to see the video carefully. Simple. One more thing, those who have not understood, just see it is a structure of a queue. How the queue is being served. When first person enters, he has to be served. So he itself is the front, he itself is the rear. Whereas when a second person is came for the queue to get service, so front will be fixed up. The service has not started, rear will move up. That's it. In the way same you have to start. Whereas when it comes to the rear, when it comes to the rear, that is delete operation. So what happens when you delete it? The front position will move. So in that way, you just have to remember. So those are not given the attendance, can give the attendance, all of you fast.